As per your request, what is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen? Number 426 reporting in. In the March 20th show, you mentioned you'd like submissions on the grossest thing I've ever seen. Well, there have been a number of things that I've seen that is the stuff of horrors. Got to make sure you enunciate that. Watched a guy back on New Year's of 1995 get his head blown off by a rival gang.
Oh.
And reaffirmed to me that gangland shit has no imaginary borders and can happen anywhere. Was about 30 yards away from a guy who was electrocuted. Yeah, he didn't make it. Couldn't even so much as cook bacon for a month without wanting to puke from that. But visually speaking, none of that comes close to my day that my kid was born. Her stupid mother refused to push. Oh my. I know that because I was the one on the other side helping her, and I know she just went limp every time a contraction came up. Oh, I just noticed right here, he misses my Stewie impressions.
Huh.
Perhaps I should finish reading this as Stewie. Just for you, sir. Where are we? Oh, God. Her stupid mother refused to push. I know that because I was the one on the other side helping her, and, she just went limp every time a contraction came up. Just like you'll go limp every time you think about that in the middle of shenanigans. It's a terrible idea. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't think about your mother either.
Don't do it.
After about 2 hours of her not pushing, baby went into distress, meaning C-section. So I knew it was going to happen, and hospital policy is one person goes into the room during the procedure. And I was the man. After telling her mom to sit down and shut the fuck up about it, and her pouting that she couldn't go into the room too, they had me in scrubs or whatever, washed my hands, face, and arms, put a mask on, and then, when I walked into the room, there she was, cut open like they were butchering her. On one hand, I was expecting it, but on the other, I wasn't really prepared to see that. But I couldn't falter. So I went next to her and did what a good prospective dad would do.
Put up a curtain.
After my kid was out and crying like they do, the attendant nurses asked me if I wanted to clean her up with them. I said, yes, of course. Of course I did. Duh. Cut the cord and took a moment just to hold her, even though there was amniotic fluid and slime all over her. Little did I know, and the only reason I know this is because my kid, now 25, told me what her mom told her about that. This was the beginning of the end for the two of us for the dumbest of fucking reasons. She thought I should have stayed with her and not go to my kid. Yeah, fuck that shit. She should have known that that's what I was going to do. Her mom told her that she was upset because it seemed like I loved my kid more than her.
Yeah.
When you recover from that completely brain-dead weapons-grade retardation, fuck her, I'm not the asshole here. And I got to hear it for a week afterward about how, if I was just going to be with the kid, her mom should have been in the room to stay with her, which was against hospital policy and hence a completely moot point.
Now, listen, the minute they start coming up with excuses, it was already done.
Yeah.
It's already done in their head.
So let me try and get this straight. She's trying to blame him for what now?
When the kid was cut out and brought over, instead of staying with her and just watching them clean up the kid, he went to clean up his new daughter.
So she gets dropped completely on the floor, basically.
Yeah, I was there for both of my kids.
Yeah.
And I'm such a pussy. I'm like, put up a curtain. I don't want to see none of that craziness. Jack the Ripper shit going on. No, thank you.
I saw some shit too.
Yeah.
But you know what? My wife was the one who's like, go be with him, and he's crying. He's laying there, and his poor balls. He was born with his balls dropped. So when he comes out, the nurse is like, his balls are huge. And Kina, like, God bless her. She's laying there exhausted. She's like, he takes after his father.
No, like, I almost fainted. Now, I'm not a fainter.
When they brought out the needle for the episiotomy was when I was like, oh.
What is that?
Episiotomy is when they don't want to do a C-section because she's doing a good job of pushing, but the musculature down there is well developed. So they have to split the taint. Basically, they take a scalpel and split the taint a little bit just to kind of help it out, which assists with not tearing, because when you tear and then they have to stitch you up, it's a whole different animal, and that's where you wind up with, like, the firecracker wrapped in roast beef. You don't want that.
No.
So
My
they
heart goes
pulled out
out
a
to
needle
you.
like 6 inches fucking long, and I was like, okay, are you about to like reawaken the dead or numb her? Like, I don't know what the hell's going on here, but it looked like a green fluid inside. I was like, it's like a reanimator needle. I don't want to.
Because my ex-wife was a type 1 diabetic.
Oh, I bet she had all kinds of
Well,
fun trying
as
to get
soon
those
as the
kids
kid is born, they check the blood sugar. But the thing is their blood sugar crashes because there's so much insulin on board.
Yeah.
So this is my first daughter. She gets born. We're running back to the nursery, and I'm starting to see the hallway.
Uh-oh.
Like,
shit.
okay, I'm falling out here. And I can hear Bad popping back in my head.
Don't you do it.
You faggot. What are you doing? You've been through worse. This is nothing. I'm like, dude.
Don't you do it.
And all I heard was good pop. 18 years. 18 years. I'm like, ah!
Got one of your kids. You got you for 18 years.
Yeah.
It's
Man, that was a rough one.
gross.
But I literally had to put my hand down, and I didn't quite faint, but I got wobbly, and I had to like catch myself with a hand and try to walk. And the nurse is like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll catch up.
It'll be
I'm all right."
fine.
At least you weren't holding the child as you were doing that.
No. They
That
had
would
her
have
on
been bad, yeah.
She was on a cart, and they were racing for the nursery.
Yeah, it's a harrowing experience, but it's also like the best day of your life. As soon as that kid grabs your finger,
Mhm.
that's it.
Well,
Yeah.
I got a lot to look forward to on my end because in my family we have a generational twins thing. You get a generation of all boys, generation of all girls, and they're twins in there.
Right.
Well, I'm the last one from my generation that has no kids, and the twins are late, and it's all girls now. So my mom's telling me the twins haven't been born yet. You're the last one without kids. Thanks, Mom. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So I have to really, really be careful who I pick because
you got to make sure that you pick well because you don't want to have.
I don't know. In today's day and age, with the garbage that's out there, I can't make any recommendations.
Double DoorDash going on there.
Because listen, I fucked up and I shook the whore tree expecting a wife to fall out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gotten so bad that even people shaking the wife tree, whores are falling out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like a whore fungus or something.
It'll be fine. I found her at church.
Have you ever heard of commitment ceremonies?
No,
commitment ceremonies is basically the route I be taking because I have two rules. One, no marriage license whatsoever. And two, no common law marriage state. I avoid those two things. That cuts out most of the problem. A commitment ceremony is when you have a marriage without the government, basically. It's basically like how a marriage should be without all the red tape.
I'm with you on that.
That's what they call a commitment ceremony. So I'm like, I'll go that route. But yeah, no marriage, no common law marriage state.
Yeah, just never, ever involve the state.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to just read the rest of this little story here from LifeSave number 426, and then we'll move on to our next caller, which is Mando. And I know that we got some weapons-grade shit on the horizon from him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while that is the grossest thing I've ever seen, there is one other occasion in my life, well, not more disgusting, was far more disturbing. April of 2002, I picked my kid up for visitation. The wife had the SUV, I had the truck, as I was hauling some appliances and a new bed for my kid in the bed, since she outgrew her old bed. Wife calls while we're on the road, and she tells me that she's making a pit stop at the next stop for fuel and to get my kids something to snack on because she was hungry. Told her I'd stop too, and it's a damn good thing I did. She was finished pumping gas sooner than I was because SUV versus truck, you do the math there. But they went inside, and I saw them go in, and a couple of minutes later, I was done. So I was walking in, I heard the wife scream, "Mr. E! He's got Miss E! Get him!" I saw him running, sprinted through the store, and got up behind him and kicked him in his hamstring, causing him to fall and drop my kid.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I got between her and this piece of fucking shit. Saw he was reaching for something under his shirt, and I grabbed his shirt and pulled him completely through my incoming fist, and that's when I heard it. Crack! I hit him hard enough in just the right way. I broke his neck.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
That's adrenaline for you.
Yeah.
When somebody tries to take your kid,
They get whatever's coming.
Yeah, you don't fuck with kids, man.
Wow.
He just fell backward and looked like he was gasping for breath. A rather long knife skittered across the floor as he did. I went over to Miss E, picked her up. She had a skinned knee, and I took her to the hospital in town to make sure that the fall didn't hurt her in some other way. The paramedics were called, and when I saw them trying to revive the fucker, I was sure that I had killed him. Now, do I care? Absolutely fucking not. The shitty part was that I needed to contact my lawyer, tell her what happened, and, well, she's $150 an hour.
That's cheap.
But at the end, no charges were filed.
Good.
I learned he was a sex offender, and now a repeat offender.
Oh.
But did this happen in America?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The rest of his days would be spent in Correctional Institute Hospital because he got turned into a quadriplegic. The detectives took a look at the CCTV footage and determined that I did nothing wrong, and they would testify against any prosecutor that wanted to attempt pursuing charges. Fortunately, I do not live in a place where there was a Thomas Binger and his butt-fuck buddy Jack Krause. These were the two corrupt pieces of shit who tried to prosecute, and I mean prosecute, Kyle Rittenhouse, if you don't remember.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Persecute, I should say. Fun fact, it would be 2 more days before the wife realized I nearly killed the fucker, and that had the paramedics not arrived when they did, he would have died.
You'd probably be better off dead.
So shame.
I
sad.
couldn't.
As a quadriplegic, yeah, he'd probably be better off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She thought I just broke his glass jaw or something. She knew I scrambled his brain pan pretty good and was a little surprised to see an ambulance pull up shortly after it happened. When detectives asked me to see them at the department on Monday, she asked me, why? Naive women's, am I right? That was what I told her. Go ahead. What?
I said, oh, nothing. I just have to go and, have a little appointment with my friend.
Yeah, it's
I'll
all
be back.
good. Yeah. Got to go bask in the smell of pork. That was when I told her the guy I hit was probably dead because I broke his neck, and she was quite shocked. I had to make a statement, and I would be finding out if I was going to be charged with anything. I figured me calling the attorney would have tipped her off, but no. So, recap, it was the sound of his neck breaking when I hit him. I was close enough that I heard it. It makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up just reimagining it. Very few things can do that to me. Parting shot, turns out the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. Mr. E happens to obey the 3-7-10 rule, though. You fuck with me, I give it back 3-fold. You fuck with my family, I give it back 7-fold. But you fuck with my kid, 10-fold. I do not do proportional retaliation. And if you hit the 10 mark with me, most likely result will be someone's gonna die.
426 out.
Nothing of value was lost here.
Nothing of value was lost here.
I mean, I understand because I fought pro for about 10 years, and every now and again, you just line up that shot, you throw it just right, and you hear it hit. Ooh. And you get like this sick feeling in your stomach because you know you just fucked that dude up bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like the normal one where you hit him, there's like a bunch of sweat and maybe he'll grunt, groan, stamble back. But you just, and you're just like, you just know that you fucked that guy up. And that's exactly what he did.
Yep.
He hit him, he heard that snap, and he's like, that dude's fucked up.
One hit is all you need.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Why would... All right, first of all,
you
cannot rehabilitate sex offenders.
No.
I'm not talking about the person who was banging a 16-year-old and he thought she was 18 or something.
No, and that happens more than you would think because there's so many chicks out there who think that they're putting one over on you with a fake ID.
Yeah. Plus,
I'm talking, you're going after kids that are like 13 or younger.
Clearly,
you're not getting no mercy for you.
Yeah.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Caser box.